$70 billion down the metaverse rabbit hole, Meta is no longer a leader. And finally, Tesla. What can I say? Tesla car inventory is piled up on lots everywhere, and EV demand is evaporating. Get my free newsletter at getkim.com. January is when everyone swears this is the year they'll finally get it together with food. And then what happens? You're starving by 10 a.m., craving everything you said you wouldn't eat, and thinking about snacks every 5 minutes. It's exhausting. That's why I'm telling you about Improve Life GLP-1 support. It's designed to work with your body's natural GLP-1 hormone, the thing that's supposed to regulate your appetite and keep cravings in check. When it's doing its job, you actually feel full longer, and food stops being this constant background noise in your brain. This is not some crash diet or willpower challenge. It's giving your body what it needs, so making better choices doesn't feel like a fight. If you'd like to actually stick with your goals this year, go to improvelife.com/Kim for up to 30% off, plus free shipping and a free gift. That's improvelife.com/Kim. I take it every day, and I see and feel the results. ImproveLife.com/Kim.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Individual results may vary.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome on into Talkback on this Wednesday morning. I'm Al Quartermont along with Stephen Maxwell. Glad you could be with us here this morning. Stephen, how are you?
Good. How's it going?
It's going okay. Not too bad. Not too bad for a Wednesday so far. We're expecting it to be a fairly rainy day today, ahead of what could be a dicey weekend. Let's use that word.
Mm-hmm.
How's that sound?
Dicey. Sounds very about icy.
Yeah, dicey rhymes with icy.
And it surely will be that, according to the smart meteorological-minded people. Looks like it could be, they're saying, a somewhat storm to remember. I don't like those phrases.
Yeah.
So Nick Miculus posted throughout the day yesterday that Saturday we could see some wintry precipitation, a.k.a. sleet, icy rain, all sorts of wintry mixes. The timing is varying depending on what the latest forecast says, but it's looking a little icy dicey.
Yeah. His specific update he put 4 hours ago was, and now some model inconsistency. It seems this always happens as we lead to a big event. The handling of the upper feature out west is giving us a wider range of solutions on our upcoming potential winter event. The warmer models have trended warmer while the colder ones remain consistent. This is why we don't dive into amounts until we are much closer to the start of the event. Let's see. It says, all in all, my confidence is a little lower in a specific outcome for a specific place. This isn't a wholesale change to the forecast on one run, but a trend that has to at least be talked about. I hope to have more clarity today, but I think the data from the plane won't be available until evening model runs. I'll dig into things further in the morning, but as you know, you'll always get honesty from me. Right now, the reality is we're still about 3 days away from this event, and my confidence in a particular solution is a bit more questionable than it was 24 hours ago. So basically, we don't know.
What does the solution mean? A particular solution.
Solution would be, I guess, what the models ultimately agree upon.
Not my favorite kind of weather, but it is what it is. And I did reach out to the cities of Alexandria and Pineville yesterday to see if they're doing any wintry weather preparations, and they're monitoring and hopefully get back to us in the next day or two, but we're still a couple days out.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like the most likely time period right now, something happening, would be kind of Saturday night into Sunday. But then you're looking at some pretty cold weather right behind that. So if we do get any kind of, hey, let's use a TV weather term, wintry mix.
Mm-hmm.
If we do get any kind of rain, snow, or sleet with ice on top of that, then you're looking at potentially having some issues going into Monday. But as Nick is saying quite well, it's really too early to say, because right now the forecast would be that rain or snow or ice coming in Saturday into Sunday. Sunday is only predicted to get up to 30 degrees. So whatever you get probably won't melt too much unless we get a lot of sun. And then the low that Sunday night into Monday is supposed to be 20 degrees, only a high of 35 on Monday with lows of 16. So, yeah, we'll see.
Well, I was getting worried because the Spirits Food and Friends beer run is coming up, the
Oh.
beer mile.
Yeah.
And I always enjoy back in the day participating. Now I'm more of a viewer, but the 5K and beer mile is pretty awesome. But that is next weekend, the
Mhm.
next. So,
Okay.
but we do have outdoor competitions this weekend that I'm kind of regretting signing up for now.
Come on, man. Suck it up.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
You will.
Nothing I could do about it. Huh?
Yeah.
But if you're traveling, maybe Saturday morning through Saturday, maybe have a backup plan not to.
Yeah. So,
Unless you're Al and you can drive through the ice.
let's see, the last time we had a really big type of winter occurrence would have been 2021. And I was the designated driver for just about the entire newsroom, running people to and fro.
You had to pick me up in DeVille.
I did.
Yeah, I was annoyed.
Yeah.
I thought you would just leave me there.
The worst was picking up a producer who lives south of town near LSUA, which getting out there wasn't awful, but she lived kind of on a country road off of the main highway.
Mm.
And with the ice and snow kind of combined, I wasn't sure I was going to get out. Really needed a four-wheel drive vehicle at that point, which I don't have.
You just let her produce at the house.
Yeah. Some people did. Some people did work from home.
Yeah.
Who
Al
did?
wouldn't let me, though. I had to go in.
Of
I was
course.
going to report from DeVille.
Yeah. I'm like, get in here.
Yeah.
You're an anchor. You got to man up.
I just can't. I'm not going to drive.
It wasn't that bad. You could have made it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Was it worth it, though?
I mean, I get it. People in the South don't have a lot of experience driving in those conditions. The key with it all is you just don't go fast.
I drove through hurricanes for that TV station. I'm not going to drive through the ice.
Drove through hurricane.
I did. I remember one of the crazier times whenever Delta was coming through, and we've already been there for God knows how long. And I just wanted to get home. We were like beating the tail end of the storm, so I was like following the radar to the 20-minute drive home, right behind the back of that storm. It was getting pretty nasty on the Purple Heart.
Yeah. Then there was, what was the hurricane that hit Houston? And
Harvey, we literally were at Holly Beach
yeah.
and watched it come in. And I was the driver. Mark and Brooke just kind of sat there, passenger princess. And we were literally like just right in front of it. And we were like getting closed in with water on this through Hackberry. And I was wondering for a second. So.
And if you remember, I didn't want you guys to go down there,
Yeah, I don't know.
but you kind of insisted.
Yeah, well, gotta get good stuff for the reels, right?
That's right. Yeah. The hurricane reporting tends to be some of the dumbest coverage you'll ever see.
Pretty much is. Like,
Let's-
why do you need to stand out there?
Let's stand here. It's windy and blowing.
Under no circumstances, the officials are warning the public not to stand out in the water. To go through the water could be dangerous. Meanwhile, I'm standing in the water.
Yeah, my favorite are the TV live shots. They like that where,
Yeah. Look how high the water is. My boots.
yeah. I'm Anderson Cooper here after Hurricane Katrina. I'm with my boots standing in the standing water. It's like,
It's so stupid.
what was the one? There was a live shot a few years ago where the guy was like, acting like it was so bad, and then all of a sudden, like two guys just like walk behind him. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! So you're telling me the news can be fake?
News can be very cringy.
It can be.
Like we all pat each other on the backs for our very creative, what we call stand-ups, where the reporters on the scene
Yeah,
doing some
yeah.
sort of active
Yeah.
show and tell.
Yes.
And we're like, man, that was good. And then everyone else in the world's like, oh my God.
I know. with all of our favorite news sayings.
Yeah. Amid the destruction, this
Yeah.
little girl is making a difference. Story tonight at 10.
Exactly. Stephen Maxwell is speaking out after shots rang out in
Yeah.
this community. Shots don't ring, by the way. There's so many cliches.
Well, if you hit the right thing, it could.
You know, it's crazy. Like, if you watch NBC Nightly News, like the beginning of their show, they use like every cliche in the book. President Trump embattled, speaking out tonight. Will he take over Greenland? We have the latest.
I'm trying to think of something funny, but I can't. So.
Yeah, they're
Dizzying moments in Davos amid the text message.
so and so breaks their silence.
It breaks the silence.
Breaks
Yeah.
their silence.
Speaking out.
you
Speaking
mean-
out is the one
You
that.
mean they're talking now?
Yeah.
All right, you know our number. It's 318-442-8255 on the BOM Bank talk line. On the program this morning, 7:30, Rapides Parish Superintendent Jeff Powell will join us, and it'll be our first visit with him in the new year. And then coming up at 8:30, Carolyn Rothermel with Mind Your Manners Academy will be here and tell us about some new things she has planned for first through fifth grade students to teach them manners. That sounds like a good plan. All right, let's go to the phones. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
You know, you're talking about Davos.
Yes.
I wonder what would happen if the breaking news was that Putin was showing up.
Yeah. I mean, I thought I saw something this morning. Let me see if I can find it. It was an alert, but
You talking about the Macron text message?
no, not that. Yeah, I saw where Macron doesn't want to meet with Trump. Is that what you're referring to?
No, the one where he does, where he
okay.
wants to.
Okay. I saw where Air Force One had to turn around or to make a stop because they had some electrical issues. Oh, yeah, this is it. Apparently, Witkoff and Kushner are supposed to meet with Putin in Moscow Thursday. So I don't know if he's coming to Davos.
Yeah, well, anyway, that's not really why I called.
Okay.
I tend to be a little bit cynical with my public speaking, but the other day we're coming home from town, Alexandria, and the tires, the wheels on the left front starts making a horrible sound. Well, we happen to be near the Nissan place, Leglue, where we had purchased the vehicle. So we pulled in about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And of course, that's pretty much dead time. They hadn't quite shut down yet. But anyway, make a long story short, it turned out there was a rock in the caliper of the brake. And they actually just more or less stopped what they were doing and fixed it. Now, whether or not that would have created havoc if we kept going, I don't know. But this is the third time that we've had some kind of an issue when we had been near Leglue with one of our vehicles.
Yeah.
And every time, more or less, they went out of their way to help us. And so that's a shout out.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, good to hear that. Glad that they helped you.
Yeah, and I mean, a vehicle costs what a vehicle costs, and it costs whatever it costs to get things repaired and so forth. But it's nice that there's a place like that where they actually take care of you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's good. We have a lot of great businesses here in Central Louisiana, and thank you for letting people know. So that was Leglue?
Correct.
All right. Very good. Well, thank you for that positive call here this morning.
Okay, we'll catch you later.
All right. Thank you, sir. Again, 318-442-8255. Yeah, Davos, he mentioned, that's going on. President Trump, I think, is supposed to begin speaking in a few minutes. So that'll probably get a lot of the attention today.
A lot going on in the world of foreign policy, in the world of Greenland.
Did you
What's
see
going to happen there?
Did you see Howard Lutnick yesterday? What he
Nope.
said?
Mm-mm.
All right, let me play this. Let's see. We got a new computer here, so I'm hoping this will work. Howard Lutnick. Or maybe it won't work. Well, shoot. I'm gonna have to play around with this some more. Yeah, we got a new computer in here, like for our show prep and everything.
Offshore.
Now I got an echo in here. Okay.
We'll ask around. Try and figure it out.
Try to figure it out. Yeah. Let's see if this does it. Hang on. Bear with us. Nope. Got that feedback thing going on again. Try one more time. Nope. Luke, I'm your Today. Consider myself. Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
Well,
We have some issues. All right. Let's go back to the phones. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, good morning, Al. It's Jeff Fowl.
Oh, hey. How are you?
Good. I was hearing y'all's mic checks, though. That was interesting.
Well, like I said, I got a new computer in here. I'm still trying to figure out some settings. So clearly I need to do some more work. But good morning. How's it been going?
Everything's good, man. How are y'all?
Good. I know you had surgery on your ankle late last year.
Yeah, I'm actually headed. I'm headed to New Orleans right now for a follow-up. That's why I'm on the road today.
All right. Well, how's it going? Are you doing okay with it?
Oh yeah. It's I've graduated from the knee scooter to crutches, and the therapist is actually okay with me going down to one crutch. So we're going to see what the doctor actually says today. So hopefully it's good. I had a full ankle replacement. So
yeah. Well, you're walking around okay?
with the crutch, yeah.
Oh, you still have the crutch. Okay. So you're like,
oh yeah, and a boot. I'm in a boot and a crutch.
Boot and crutch. All right. So you're kind of like Tiny Tim.
Yeah, no disc golf yet. So that's my measure of success.
When do they think you'll fully be up and running?
I guess one measure of that is when I can wear just a regular shoe, and I think they're not anticipating that until probably towards the beginning or middle of next month, February. So
okay.
It's getting close. I mean, the surgery was on November 25th, so it's we're closer to the end.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we're looking forward to catching up with you and finding out what's going on with the school district. First question: are we going to have school on Monday?
Are we already live, Al? I need to know that.
Yeah, we are. We are live.
Okay. Well, I will say that we are actually. I've been on the phone all morning dealing with some decisions that need to be made for some groups that are traveling. But it's the weekend's going to be pretty messy. It looks like, and pretty cold. So we're watching it very closely right now. We'll be putting out some statements towards the end of the week. Y'all know how it is. This weather patterns change so frequently. I'm sure I'll be watching some of Nick's guidance as well, but there's a possibility that we won't be able to have school.
Okay. All right. Well, I know that'll be the number one thing you get asked a lot over the weekend. So the best thing people can do is just watch your local media outlets, keep it with Cenla Broadcasting and everything else, and when you're going to let us know is what it comes down to. Plus, you have the text alert system and all that.
Yeah, absolutely. We try to make sure we get the communication out. I know a lot of times people worry, they wait till the last minute, and we get all kinds of quality feedback when we're making these decisions. But we do, often wait. We've all remember times when we cancel school or even send students home when the weather doesn't do anything, and then. And so we watch it very closely and try to do the best thing that we can for the safety of our students and our employees, while also maintaining the priority of instructional time as well.
Sure. All right. Well, we're at the bottom of the hour. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll talk more with Superintendent Powell right here on Talkback.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. As artificial intelligence threatens to upend the job market, NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang is making the case that skilled vocational workers are seeing increasing demand for their services. He says plumbers, electricians, and construction workers are going to be able to command 6-figure salaries, thanks to demand to build data centers that run artificial intelligence. He adds the technology will require one of the biggest infrastructure build-outs in history, with trillions of dollars in new investment. Checking on your money, President Trump's push to take over Greenland sent stocks plunging yesterday. The Dow dropped 871 points. This morning, the markets are recovering with S&P futures little changed. And United Airlines is seeing a strong year ahead, driven by demand from high-spending flyers and international travelers. Like other carriers, United is investing heavily to cash in on passengers willing to pay more for a better flying experience. Courtney Donahoe, Bloomberg Radio.
A new year means time to do more, discover more, and have more fun. At Rapides Parish Library, there's always something happening. Story times, book clubs, classes, tech help, and exciting events for all ages happening every day. Whether you want to learn, connect, or just escape into a great book, it's all waiting for you. Make visiting your library part of your New Year's resolution. Visit rpl.org to see all the events happening daily.
Cloudy and rainy on our Wednesday. Good morning. A 70% chance of rain throughout the day today. Afternoon highs near 62 degrees. Tonight, 80% chance of more rain. And it looks like that possibility now of rain will stay with us Thursday and Friday as well. Could see some freezing rain, maybe even some snow in the forecast for us on Saturday and Saturday night. From the Zenlaw Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL. Now back to Talkback.
All right, we're back, and Superintendent Jeff Powell on the phone with us. Okay, so as we've gotten into 2026, still feels weird to say that. How would you say things are going so far with the district?
You know, it's fast and furious, I guess would be the first word, but it's really going well. You know, our teachers and our school administrators and students, of course, you know, we kind of operate on these quarters and semesters. So you come back from the holiday break and you're full speed ahead into the third quarter of the school year, which, you know, as far as instruction goes, you're down to 88 days in the semester, which is about 70 days before testing. And, you know, so you think about that kind of internal clock for instructional purposes. It's crazy how fast the time just goes by these days.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, it felt like 2025 flew past. So what do you think in 2026? Like, what are some of your bigger goals, or what do you see on the horizon for the school district?
Yeah, you know, I was talking with a group of guys the other day on a little morning devotion. A bunch of superintendents from around the state get together, and it's one of the probably good things about education is you almost get kind of 2 resets a year, right? I mean, when you start the school year in August, there's the whole vision casting, goal setting for the academic year, and then you get to January and it's the whole, you know, traditional that the whole world celebrates a new year and, you know, goals and things like that. And, you know, as we kind of started back, we had what our big meetings with our school leaders is called our quarterly data reviews, where we reflect on, you know, the data from our proficiency exams. We look at student attendance data, you know, all these different things that are, you know, considered measures of our success in terms of the work that we do. And, you know, I think the biggest goals that came out of those meetings, you know, we had conversations with individual schools, so it's a little bit different for each school, but just kind of maintaining this momentum of, you know, you're one of the strongest growing school systems in the state. You're doing a lot of really great things, but it's hard work, Al. I mean, it's hard to stay consistent. It's hard to stay pushing, and so that's kind of been we tried to recognize our school leaders. Had a great team do some recognition when they came in for their meetings, but really just try to motivate and inspire that, hey, we know where we are in the year. You know, it's that time where you really got to reach deep into your bags to motivate and keep everybody, you know, inspired to do the work, because sometimes it's not just doing the work. You really have to believe in the work, and that's where the success really comes from.
Yeah, for sure. This year is the 250th birthday of America. I know for me, when I was in school, 5th grade was 1976, and everything was geared around the bicentennial celebration that year. My personal theory is I think that's why so many Gen X people are so patriotic, because everything in school that year was so geared around our country, its history, and just all of that. What are the plans, or what are y'all currently doing to celebrate that with students here in Louisiana this year?
Yeah, so the state superintendent of Louisiana Department of Ed is really working hard to kind of keep that at the forefront of particularly our social studies teachers' minds as we're coming up on that 250th birthday or anniversary mark. One of the really cool and neat things that the governor and the state superintendent announced just a few weeks back is that every senior that graduates this year will actually have a special seal on their diploma marking the 250th birthday of the United States of America. So that's pretty neat. But there's also some, we're putting out there the opportunity for our students to participate in various art and video contests that different organizations like the and speech contest. We're actually working with the LCU to bring a Ronald Reagan debate competition to the area, which would be the first of its kind in Louisiana. So just different things like that to really engage students in what's going on.
Love it. That should be great. All right, a couple other things we want to get to this morning. First of all, on the school board, you have a new District F representative. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, it's been a interesting few weeks, a little over a month. Miss Burgess, who has served in that seat for the last 7 years, unfortunately had to resign her position due to some personal situations for her. We love Miss Burgess and continue to pray for her, and very thankful for her service on the school board. And so, we had to follow some legal guidance and figure out, okay, what do we do in this situation? And so once we got all of that, we were able to identify some people who had shown some interest that live in that particular constituency district. And Miss Marie Ashmore, who is from the LeCount area and currently serves in their Rotary and various leadership positions there, was very interested, and the board voted last month to appoint her, or at the beginning of this month, to appoint her to serve in that seat. So really excited about that. Been able to meet with her a couple of times and kind of talking through school board business, and I think she's been doing a lot of reading. It's going to be a tremendous asset to the community, the school system for sure.
How hard is it for somebody who just steps in like that to get up to speed on all the issues that pertain to the school district?
I guess we'll paint it in two different ways, Al. This year is board member elections, and we have 5 board members who are term limiting out. So this time next year, we will have 5 new board members, presumably folks who have never served on the school board before.
Wow.
So there's going to be a learning curve when the majority of the board, has not served. And so thankfully we have, a lot of supports to help them, understand law and policy and things like that. But, this with Miss Ashmore coming on at one time, obviously we can spend some one-on-one time, and she has a great network of current board members, all the rest of whom have been on. You got Mr. Fall and Mr. Johnson, who have been on for 3 years now. You got Mr. Dryden, who's been on for 7 years now, and then the other board members who have been on for, over 10 years, some of them as many as 20-something years. So it makes the learning curve a little bit, less steep when it's one coming in kind of in the middle of a term. But what'll be really interesting is when there's 5 brand new ones. And the Louisiana School Boards Association helps tremendously with that. Our special counsel, Hammond, Sills, and Geis for school boards actually helps a lot with training new board members as well. So, but then it's just knowing your local policies and your local, kind of vision, values, and goals and direction that we're going. So it's quite an interesting situation.
Wow. I didn't realize there were 5 seats up this year.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Already hearing some people saying they're running.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it's several out there talking.
You're going to give Stephen a lot of work to do.
Mr. Steve Berry is also not running again, so that's another seat that'll be filled.
That is correct.
Wow. So 6.
Yeah, so you got Mr. Berry, Dr. Chapman, Miss Franklin, Mr. McCall, and Mr. Berry also are the ones whose they're term limiting out.
It's going to be so weird not seeing all of them in that position. They've been there for so long.
I think 3 of them have been on there for over 20 years.
Yeah.
They were in the seats when the term limit law passed in 2012. And when that law passed, they were able to complete the term that they were in, plus get the three term limit.
Okay. Well, that's going to be interesting. All right. A few more positive things to speak about here this morning. You've had a number of teachers who have earned either highly effective or exemplary ratings through what's called the Louisiana Value Added Model. And that's nearly 3 times as much as last year.
Yeah, boy, we had an exciting celebration the Monday we came back from the Christmas break, where people like Linda Stock Smith, as well as some of our vendors who we use their curriculum resources, helped us out, chipped in. We did a big luncheon and recognized teachers who reached this amazing accomplishment. The value added model. Some folks may remember that's part of the state evaluation system. Teachers in grades 4 through 10 who teach a core subject, reading, obviously English language arts, math, science, and social studies. Social studies didn't receive VAM scores this year, but the other 3 did. And last year we started doing this, and we only had 60 out of the approximately 400 teachers who meet those criteria. And we really challenged them last year, and we said, hey, why don't y'all bring a friend next year? And so most of them brought at least 2 friends with them. So It was a super exciting event. Got to treat them to a nice lunch with Southern Creations, as well as just the plaque, and they got swag bags from the vendors. It was really a great opportunity to recognize people who the data shows they are growing students.
I love that. That's great. So the total number, 173. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're.
Yeah, it's definitely. No, well, it just goes to show, we talk often about the big picture of the numbers, the school performance scores going up, the district performance scores going up. Well, this is how. This is when you get down to the granular level, when you have that many teachers moving children at that high of a rate. This is how you get to the school performance score growth and the student achievement growth and the district performance score growth.
Yeah, awesome stuff. All right, you also have a regional honoree for State Student of the Year.
Yeah, one of the most exciting things, I love doing the superintendent's report every month with our school board.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. But one of the things I remind our board is that, the great thing about Rapides Parish students and employees is whenever they enter competitions, man, we have winners everywhere they go. It's not, we're doing a great job academically, but man, we're doing great in so many other things, whether we're talking about robotics competitions, cheer competitions, athletic event, all these different things. And one of the statewide recognitions is Student of the Year. And once again, we have currently a regional finalist for Student of the Year at the elementary level, Miss Evangeline Hilton, who's a student out at Caroline Dorman Junior High, has gotten identified as a regional honoree. And we have her bio up on the website. We talked about her at the board meeting last month. So definitely a great example of just one example of the great students that we have here in our Rapides Parish Public School System.
That's wonderful, man. Love hearing it. So 5th grade and to be that accomplished already.
Absolutely. And, both of our parents are educators in our system. So that's a plug too.
There you go. Well, that makes it kind of natural then. So we've just started
That's
talking,
exactly right.
We've just started talking about 2026, and already I know you're thinking about what's going to happen with the next school year, and there's an upcoming time period for registration for next year's schools.
Yeah, so, most everybody knows our culture here in Rapides Parish, February is the month of enrollment. So whether you've got, children entering pre-K or early childhood, this is the time to go get your registration for that. If you are interested in checking out some of our magnet programs or Montessori programs, it's the time to do that. If you are interested in open enrollment at the high school level, it is the time to do that. So beginning February 1, make sure you get all of your paperwork ready to knock that out. And we encourage everybody to take advantage of these opportunities to do this now. Most of our high schools, our Montessori and our magnet schools, they're doing different types of open houses, meet and greets and things like that for people to come, for our schools to showcase what all is going on in their schools. So we definitely encourage parents and the community to come out and check out what's going on there. It's very important to get as many of these done as soon as possible. We go into our staffing meetings with our principals starting at the end of February and then the beginning of March. And that's how we set our staffing numbers for the upcoming school year. So we encourage everybody to just follow our social media postings as well as our website. If you are interested in taking advantage of any of that, we have all of our applications and things digital.
Awesome. All right, Stephen, any final questions?
What's the latest with the cash payment situation?
Yeah, so I think the big conversation at the board meeting in January was the issue of particularly related to events. So if you go to a basketball game now, we're in the middle of basketball season, there was some concerns about people not being able to get into events because we weren't accepting any cash. And so the board voted to at least make sure that we have a cash line in case somebody, didn't have the access to buy their tickets digitally or didn't have the wherewithal to be able to do so. And so at this point, we are still accepting cash at the door for athletic events. They're going to discuss a little bit more in February committees about school fees and stuff like that as we continue to try to make this move towards cashless.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. Well, it's good to catch up with you again. Superintendent Powell, we'll look forward to doing it again next month.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure. Thanks, guys.
All right. We'll talk with you later. That's Superintendent Jeff Powell here on Talkback. We'll come back with more right after this.
KSYL. 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK-TALKBACK.
Oh, I even left the microphone. All right. So no commercial there. Let's go ahead and take this one.
At least you didn't cuss like you usually do.
Yeah, usually I do. Okay. I just feel like I'm out of the flow this morning. Maybe it's
sometimes the flow ain't flowing. It's okay.
All right. Well, now we'll take a break.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics.
Need office supplies, janitorial supplies, or office furniture, either new or pre-owned? Then look no further than DTW Office Supply, with wholesale prices on a large selection of top quality products, all with the personalized hometown service that you deserve. We're proud to serve the entire state of Louisiana with daily deliveries right to your door. Visit us today at 1219 MacArthur Drive or online at dtwofficesupply.com. That's DTW Office Supply, your trusted partner for all of your office needs. Quality, value, service.
Hi, I'm Nancy Landry. No matter what part of our great state you call home, Louisiana's elections are an important part of who we are. In 2026, closed party primaries will change how some of those elections happen, so you'll want to know what to do. Keeping your registration current ensures you'll get the right party-based ballot. Remember, this change only applies to certain offices. To learn more, visit govote.com or download the GoVote app.
Paid for by the Louisiana Secretary of State's office.
Do you always have sports betting on your mind? Sometimes you ignore the signs, even when they're right in front of you. Problem gambling isn't always easy to spot. Know the signs. Set your limit. Learn more about healthy gambling habits by visiting gamblingsignsla.org. or by texting or calling 877-770-STOP for free confidential help now.
This is Insurance Commissioner Tim Temple. Sometimes dealing with an insurance claim can seem overwhelming, but you're not alone. If you have questions about a homeowner's, auto, or any other claim being handled, we can help. We can help clarify the claims process, answer questions about the terms of your policy, or help resolve issues with your insurer. At the Louisiana Department of Insurance, our job is to make things easier for you. Contact us at 800-259-5300, online at ldi.la.gov, or through the LDI Connect app.
It's Talkback, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL.
All right, we're back. back with you here on this Wednesday Talkback. Al Quartermont, Stephen Maxwell, 318-442-8255, the BOM Bank Talk Line. And let's go to the phones. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Al, maybe you can refresh my memory on something, but it seems like when Ralph Abrahams was in Congress, didn't he call in just about every week?
He did. Absolutely. It was rare that he would miss.
He was one of a kind with that.
That's what I thought. Now, what happened when Julia Letlow got in there? What came up then?
Well, she called in maybe, excuse me a second. Sorry, just sneezed. She called in maybe once a month for a few months, and then it was nothing. That on a personal level, I definitely can take that into consideration when we talk about her announcement yesterday, which if people missed it, Julia Letlow, who's the representative for the 5th Congressional District, announced that she will be running for Senate in the primary against Bill Cassidy, Dr. John Fleming, Blake Miguez, and some others. And, billing herself as a conservative, which if you look at conservative tracking apps or websites, maybe not as conservative as she's asserting. But I suspect there's probably other people behind pushing her into this, and here we are. So it'll be an interesting primary season.
Well, that's what I thought it was. She just didn't do much, and then she just quit. So unless I hear something drastic about Dr. Fleming, I'm voting for him, but that's just me. So thank you, Al, for reminding us.
Yes, sir. You're very welcome.
Okay. Bye.
Yes, sir. Bye. And that would be some audio that I'd love to play for us this morning, her announcement, but still having these computer issues as best I can tell.
I'll reach out to Dave here in a second.
Okay. Yeah, for whatever reason, you can hear that. And I've clicked every button and tried every setting, and I am not getting it to work.
Yeah, she made the announcement yesterday around lunchtime, and everyone is still staying in the race as of now. So, of course, the big talking point, Senator Bill Cassidy voted to convict the president in 2021, and so president finally endorsed a candidate in that race, and that was not Bill Cassidy, because he's been mostly staying out of it for the most part.
Yeah, that's what he had said that he was going to do, right? He was going to stay out of it, but then now we're seeing that he's into it full throttle.
He sure is. I mean, I'm sure they made the plans a couple of days ago beforehand, is my little guess, but he was calling for her to run, Julia, run, and give her the endorsement. She is doing it now, and John Fleming was in his cabinet at one point. Is that the correct term? Cabinet administration.
Yeah. Administration. Yeah. So that's what's a little curious. You would think if anybody would have been on his list to endorse, but I don't know.
They're looking at all sorts of things and different motivations. So it's a long election season, even though it's coming right up, but a lot can change in the next couple of months.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like I said, I'd love to play the audio here. It's going to be, and I know that the thing you hear about is how much money Cassidy has amassed. I think the last report I heard around $12 million for his reelection campaign. And I'm sure he's got some people with deep pockets funding him, but it's what you said earlier. I just don't see him overcoming that vote. I think a lot of the Republican base in this state, especially on the conservative side, have zero interest in voting for Bill Cassidy after he did that to Donald Trump, no matter what he's done since then. Everything else since then to them now feels insincere, and you can see why. But yeah,
if you live in central Louisiana, and I'm sure the more rural areas, you find it hard to believe that he could win re-election possibly because of that. But Louisiana tends to surprise people.
It does, yeah. We've seen that before in many different areas.
And we've seen the president try and put his thumb on the scale of Louisiana elections, and it didn't turn out the way he wanted.
True.
Surprisingly.
Like you referenced the other day, like with Risponi and everything.
That's different than the Cassidy situation, though, just because John Bel Edwards, socially conservative, compared to others. And his favorability wasn't really down, possibly. So, I mean, it's just a different situation every time.
Yeah.
But he was a Democrat.
Yeah.
And, I mean, Trump came to Louisiana once or twice on the stump for the Republican candidate. Still wasn't enough. So just because people maybe like Trump, doesn't mean they like the person they endorse.
And you remember on election night how Governor Edwards kind of made that, well, bless his heart comment, toward President Trump.
Yeah. He played it pretty decent, I think, for the situation he was in, at least politically.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Maybe that means Trump will come down to Louisiana. You never know. For a rally.
Yeah. I mean, safe to say whoever emerges from the Republican primary will probably go on to win the general. However, this was kind of the issue you had the first time John Bel Edwards got elected was the Republicans beat up each other. Specifically, they really beat up David Vitter to make him somewhat of a what's the word I'm looking for? Damaged candidate.
Well, there's no candidate that has that, as of now, publicly has the scandals behind him that Vitter had.
Right.
So that's a different animal too.
Yeah.
So far, these are pretty squeaky clean, it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, Louisiana's a little bit different. There's more than central and southwest Louisiana.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting what the different. I hear myself. The different cities are thinking.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm still trying to work on this.
And we haven't heard any viable Democrat run. I think that's kind of out the window at this point. If JBE says he's not going to run, nothing really seems like it could make that much of a difference in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to get the audio to work. It's not working.
It's not.
We'll try and get some help in the next hour.
Yeah. All right. I'm giving up.
Just give up already.
All right, I promise I will. Okay, well, there's the music. So, we'll continue the discussion into hour number 2. And then again, as I said earlier, coming up at the bottom of the hour at 8:30, we'll tell you how to mind your manners. We need a little bit of that, especially in politics. All right, we'll be right back.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenlaw Broadcasting. AM 970, FM 104.9, KSYL, and KRRV 100.3, HD3, Alexandria.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. President Trump's begun speaking in Switzerland.
I love Europe, and I want to see Europe go good, but it's not heading in the right direction.
His speech at the Global Economic Gathering is expected to zero in on his plan to take over Greenland. Correspondent Ed O'Keefe is there.
At the World Economic Forum in Davos, Energy Secretary Chris Wright insists Trump's quest for the island isn't about its vast natural resources.
Yeah, of course there's resources there, but it's a remote area. This is not about resource capture at all. This is about national security.
And the president's threat to hit allies with tariffs if they don't back his Greenland plans appears to be driving them away.
It is time to seize this opportunity and build a new independent Europe.
When President Trump talks, Wall Street listens. His push to seize Greenland is now hitting stocks and your 401k. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Bonds sold off and Treasury yields went up. What does that mean? That means mortgage rates could start to rise, exactly what the president has been arguing against. And this is about supply and demand in the marketplace, not any sort of mantra that is being directed at the Fed.
Gold hit a new high today. A massive winter storm is spreading out over a huge swath of the country, from the lower Midwest on up to New England. CBS meteorologist John Elliott.
More snow for parts of the plains right through the lakes and into upstate New York. How much more snow? 6 inches to possibly another 2 feet on top of the 22 inches you already have.
The Supreme Court hears arguments in President Trump's bid to fire Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook. Legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum.
Two questions that will surely be on the justices' minds this morning is the meaning of being fired for cause. Does it only apply to negligence on the job, or can an alleged mortgage fraud application constitute cause for dismissal?
Fed Chair Jerome Powell is expected to attend today's session. Utah Senator Mike Lee is calling for a public execution of Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin.
The Republican senator posted on X, Tyler Robinson publicly executed Charlie Kirk. Tyler Robinson should be publicly executed.
Pre-trial statements can taint a jury.
Utah Attorney Clayton Sims says everyone has a right to a fair and impartial jury.
If a U.S. senator takes an oath to uphold the Constitution and uphold our values, that's not in conformity with our values.
Prosecutors have said they will seek the death penalty for Robinson should he be convicted of the murder. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Dow futures are down 141, S&P futures off 9, Nas futures down 69. This is CBS.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
Designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wiper? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love. You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk. Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a bosses. Let's talk business in my office. Add new Unstoppable Speeds to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness, so you can smell unstoppable.
You weren't the only one having trouble hearing the singers on the Star Search premiere last night.
Social media was filled with complaints about the show's sound, and while Netflix already has a reputation for terrible audio, they do have a fix. They suggest switching from 5.1 surround sound to stereo 2.0. They say that should keep the music from overpowering everything else. Chris Mavridi, CBS News.
The party's still going for Dolly Parton. The country legend shared a video to Instagram of a bagpiper surprising her on her birthday.
Are you calling me an old bag?
In no way.
The sender, Bono, who also had a cake and candles delivered to celebrate her 80th, bagpiper Pat Darcy gifted Dolly a pint of Guinness.
Pleasure
to be here.
She celebrated her 80th on Monday. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Colleen Crane. A disturbing and bizarre story as at least 8 cars, a utility pole, and a house were set on fire in the New Orleans Bywater area. The first report came in around 2 o'clock this morning. WWL reports that witnesses say firefighters were battling the first car fire when the second car was discovered just a little distance down the block. A house and utility pole were also in flames, and as they moved down the street, more cars were found burning on Dauphine and Desire Streets. The witness said it happened within an hour, slowly and methodically. A huge development in Louisiana's U.S. Senate race as President Trump posted on social media that Republican Congresswoman Julia Letlow should run against Senator Bill Cassidy. Publisher of LawPolitics.com, Jeremy Alford says if Letlow runs, it will be a highly competitive race.
Certainly high political theater, but Bill Cassidy is in a position to fight. He has raised $15 million in this cycle alone. He has $10 million in the bank.
LRN. Louisiana has a new inspector general, and the duties of that position are changing. Here's Jeff Palermo.
Former Commissioner of Administration Angel Davis replaces Stephen Street as the state IG. Street investigated allegations of fraud, misconduct, and mismanagement in state government. But Landry says Davis's job will be to find efficiencies in state government by following up on recommendations issued by legislative auditor Mike Wagaspak.
We really need somebody at the executive branch to follow up on these recommendations and find
findings that we report in these different audits.
The state legislature will have to approve the new duties of the Inspector General when they convene in the spring. I'm Jeff Palermo.
There are now more than 21,000 electric vehicles and plug-in hybrids registered in Louisiana, according to Louisiana Clean Fuels. Executive Director Ann Vale credits Louisiana's improving charging infrastructure.
Especially now that the standards are everybody's coalescing around the NACS standard, which is the Tesla charging standard. That infrastructure was very good and it's everywhere.
LRN.
You too could have a beautiful smile in as little as 12 weeks. Exclusive to Today's Dental in Pineville. Virtual Align Clear Aligners. The fastest, most convenient, affordable way to straighten your teeth for people on the go. Plus, they're invisible. No one will know you're doing it. Experience the virtual Align difference. Call Today's Dental at 448-4540. It's a general dental facility on Highway 28 East in Pineville, owned by Dr. Jonas Goche. 448-4540.
Cloudy and rainy on our Wednesday. Good morning. A 70% chance of rain throughout the day today. Afternoon highs near 62 degrees. Tonight, 80% chance of more rain. And it looks like that possibility now of rain will stay with us Thursday and Friday as well. Could see some freezing rain, maybe even some snow in the forecast for us on Saturday and Saturday night. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It's hour number 2 of Talkback here on your Wednesday. I'm Al Quartermont, along with Stephen Maxwell. As we get ready for hour number 2, coming up at the bottom of the hour, we'll talk with Carolyn from Mind Your Manners, and we'll tell you what they got planned for some of the kids out there to get them to mind their manners. All right, so as we went into the top of the hour, we were talking a little bit about the big news yesterday where Julia Letlow officially announced that she is running for the U.S. Senate, spot currently held by Bill Cassidy, who is drawn, to say the least, a host of people running against him. And so now Julia Letlow jumps in. You've already got Dr. John Fleming. We also have Blake Miguez in the race, Sammy Wyatt from Shreveport, that lady from the North Shore. Trying to remember her name. I wonder if she'll stay in the race now with Letlow in it. And so we wanted to play the statement from you. We won't be able to do that, but on her post on X, Letlow said she's announcing her candidacy for Senate to ensure the nation we leave our children is safer and stronger. And she's speaking about that, showing pictures of her children kind of, I guess, behind her. And she says Louisiana deserves a conservative senator who will not waver. I'm honored to have President Trump's endorsement and trust. Initial thoughts, Stephen?
The big question is, I know they're maybe not a whole statewide issue, but for maybe areas like here and more rural areas, what is her view on CCS? How is that playing a role into this race? Because we know John Fleming has made one of his biggest issues in this race is coming out against carbon capture projects, calling it a scam. I'd be curious to see what her take is on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm reaching out to her campaign right now to try and get her on. So we'll see.
Somebody just texted me saying that, and I'll have to look this up, but Sammy Wyatt apparently is withdrawing his running for the Senate and might run for the 5th Congressional District instead.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bill Cassidy posted to Twitter yesterday, Congresswoman Letlow called me this morning to say she was running. She said she respected me and that I had done a good job. I will continue to do a good job when I win re-election. I am a conservative who wakes up every morning thinking about how to make Louisiana and the United States a better place to live.
And you wonder why the president all of a sudden, I don't know if changed his mind is the right word, but came out and supported a candidate. Do they feel like the ones they have in place right now aren't viable? Maybe couldn't win, maybe suspect? Is this somebody that he feels like he could have a little bit more control over? A lot of different questions to be had.
I'm seeing people posting lots of different reactions online, like even in the Twitter thread after Cassidy's statement. People are sharing. It's a screenshot from Liberty Score from the Conservative Review that shows like their overall score for voting conservative, and they give Cassidy an F, 55%. But Letlow's only at a D at 68%.
I wonder what that's based off of.
I don't know. Yeah.
You know, I don't want to get into a boxing match over this.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Cassidy's an F. Maybe not an A. I don't know if it's an F.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's really threw a wrench into the whole thing for a lot of them, I'm sure. But I heard Fleming on Moon Griffon yesterday saying that they're still pushing ahead. They've been working on this for over a year, and they feel like they have momentum. So, you know, just because the president endorses a candidate does not mean that candidate's going to win, even in Louisiana.
Right, right. All right, let's take a call. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for taking my call. This is one of the things that I'm not fond of Trump for. I think he saw a woman running, and a woman who hadn't caused him any trouble, and so he'd rather have a diverse. That's his attempt at diversity, I believe. Letlow has not, in my mind, given me any reason to hope that she's an agent of change, or she just seems to be a good old boy that will go along with the old Republican Party just as soon as Trump's out of the picture. And you know, I don't know why he is dismissing John Fleming, except that he's a white male, and so this adds some diversity to his to the overall administration should he be elected. And so I'm a little discouraged about this. Trump's not perfect, and there's some things about him I don't like, but we're a heck of a lot better off now than we would be without him, or with, you know, Kamala Harris in there. So I'm still supporting him, but I think this is one of his weak spots. Anyways, that's my 2 cents. Y'all have a great day.
Okay. Yeah, appreciate it.
What are we? He's claiming that she's too establishment, is what it is.
Well, I mean, if you've looked at her in Congress so far, she tends to go, from what I've seen, in the direction of whatever kind of the House Speaker wants. So, which I guess for most people, that's what they would want anyway. But
I was about to say, Mike. I mean,
yeah,
MAGA Mike.
I'll have to, yeah, MAGA Mike. Well, even before that, though, what's his name from California? Kevin
McCarthy.
Yeah, Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah, I get it. So I'm sure there will be debates and discussions. She's coming in late, so we will see.
Yeah, but that is the other factor, is she leaves a guaranteed win over probably re-election in the 5th congressional district now to jump into this race. So Sammy Wyatt did make a post yesterday to his Facebook page saying that he's withdrawing as a U.S. Senate candidate and entering the U.S. Congressional District 5 race for Louisiana.
Probably a better shot for him. Be interesting to see who actually will run for that now besides him.
Yeah.
That's a good point. So
yeah, I mean, you know, really, it's kind of I would say that's going to be a wide open race. And based on some of the changes that were made to the map, let's see here. Trying to look that up and see kind of, again, that territory that you're talking about. So you're looking at a space where shoot, that's the old map. But you're looking at a much different district now than it was previously. So whereas you go back to 2020, where you had Lance Harris against Luke Letlow, right, in the primary.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw where that Monroe influence really played a big part. Now, Wyatt, I was thinking he's from the Shreveport area, isn't he? Because, yeah, he works at the LSU hospital up there.
Shreveport area.
But he's running for the 5th district. So that's a little curious. Because the 5th district is pretty much all, if you take Louisiana's upper half and then split that in half, it is pretty much all the eastern part of the state, except for little carved out spots here and there where if you actually look at the map, it looks almost like a woman yelling with her hair flowing behind her. And then it comes down and then goes over to the Florida Parish. It's just like the stupidest map. I mean, we already know that this map is dumb anyway.
So I have to look up exactly where he's from, but maybe he's a little south of Shreveport. You have to live in the district, right? Still? I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, that's my impression. But
I don't know.
yeah. Suffice it to say, the 5th district is weird because of what we did with our changing of the districts a couple years ago, which of course has been challenged in court, and we're still waiting on the Supreme Court to rule on that, which our state leaders have said, oh, we can't wait, so we'll just keep it like it is until the next election cycle 2 years from now, meaning that the 6th congressional district, which most of Rapides Parish is part of, and goes all the way from Baton Rouge to Shreveport, will probably once again have Cleo Field.
Well, we got a comment, very interesting take. There's talk of former Congressman Garrett Graves possibly running for that.
For the 5th?
5th congressional district. So I'm assuming you don't have to, I don't know. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
We can look that up during the break here.
Yeah. So. All right. Another call. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
I'm voting for John Fleming.
You're voting for John Fleming? Okay.
I'm voting for John Fleming. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, tell us why.
Well, I like his background, where he came, how much he's accomplished, his personal life, how much he's accomplished as a politician, as a businessman, and he'll call in, he'll talk to you.
Yep.
And he's just an all-around guy, and we need him and someone that's going to do something to the people.
All right. Fair enough. Appreciate the call.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. If any of you other folks out there want to call in and let us know your thoughts on this race, who are you more prone to vote for? Just got a text saying U.S. House does not require residency in the district, as I recall.
Yeah, so that would make sense on who's running.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird rule, I would say. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm sure there's something I'm not thinking of, but, could Garrett Graves make a comeback? He got snubbed. He got snubbed the last time around, so
yeah,
we'll see.
Assuming he does, I doubt that he'll get an endorsement from the governor.
I don't know if they're going to be good friends or not. Time heals all wounds. You never know.
Does it?
You never know.
All right.
But yeah, the Senate race got a little spicy there. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Looking forward to the debates and to talking with all the candidates. It's going to be here before you know it.
Mm-hmm.
Just a few months away.
Yeah.
Remember, it's a close primary season in Louisiana. You got to register for the party you want to vote in. Or if you're not in the party, just go up there and say, I declare I'm this. And you can vote. But you have to stay in that party for the remainder of that election.
Yeah.
What was it off of The Office? Michael Scott, I declare bankruptcy.
Yeah. All right. So I'm looking at here on Twitter, and CNN did kind of a breakdown of this race last night. And just looking at it, Letlow versus Cassidy, based on Trump's endorsement win rate, which in 2020 was 98%, 22, 95%, 2024, 96%, that would give Letlow a 76% odds against Cassidy to 13% in, I guess, head to head. They didn't mention any other candidates.
Yep. It's you never know. They say money can win a lot of elections, so if that's the case, he might still have a good chance. We don't really know what New Orleans is thinking, and
yeah,
Baton Rouge and on Shreveport, but I'm looking forward to it.
All right. We'll take a break. More coming up.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
Blended families, bonus children, and co-parenting can bring amazing experiences, but it can also be overwhelming and complicate your estate plan. How can families navigate the process when entering into this wonderful journey? I'm George Fine with Fine Legal Services. When it comes to your family's questions, our team can make planning for the future seamless and transparent. Call your Alexandria, Louisiana attorneys, George Fine and Jeremy Cedars, at 318-767-2226 to learn more, or visit fine-lawyers.com.
LSBA number LA2316294.
Gumbo weather is here, so come get you a hot and hearty bowlful at Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express. It's your quick in and quick out headquarters for lunch. It's right there on the corner of North MacArthur and Bayou Rapides. Come get you some gumbo or choose from a selection of crisp, fresh salads. Try one of their hot or cold sub sandwiches made your way. And don't forget their hamburgers. Give Wilmore's Mobile and Sub Express a try for lunch on North MacArthur Drive at Bayou Rapides Road.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. Now back to Talk Back.
All right, let's go back to the phones as well. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Well, you asked about opinions, so I don't think I'm double dipping.
Yeah, go ahead.
I assume that Miss Letlow, or whatever her current married name is has a golden parachute. As you may recall, she was an assistant, a vice chancellor at ULM before she wound up being elected or appointed, whatever, representative.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume that if she doesn't basically become senator, she'll get some plum position within the academia system, Board of Regents or UL system or whatever.
I mean, there had been talk about her possibly becoming the next president of LSU, but that didn't materialize, and this might be why. This was the plan all along for her to run for Senate. She is engaged, by the way, so at this point, yeah, she still is Julia Letlow.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't quite figure it out on the post. I guess it was announcing her engagement, not her wedding.
Right, correct.
But anyway, I think she's just a political opportunist. Notice that I don't know what her academic background was, but a position as an associate or assistant chancellor at a university, that's usually a political payoff of some kind.
Yeah, true. Like many things are.
So onward and upward in the great state of the backward. Well, anyway,
all right.
Catch y'all later.
Thank you so much. It's going to be an interesting election year, to say the least. As we'll have that Senate race. Now you'll have an interesting, possibly race for the 5th district. I don't know if Cleo Fields will draw. Based on how Elbert Guillory did last time, I do wonder if a more recognized Republican name got into the 6th, if they would stand a chance.
Maybe, or Elbert can run for the 5th.
True. He's run for a lot. I mean, I do like him. He's a very, very interesting guy, very unique, and very just a good guy, so. But for whatever reason, it seems like he can't draw like that big, broad-based support.
Sure. Big on social media. I mean,
yeah.
One of the leading social media GOP influencers, I'd say, but in Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he kind of always comes in second for those things, it seems like.
Yeah. He's kind of always the bridesmaid, never the bride guy.
He's always running, I think, just to be a thorn in somebody.
You know who else is an interesting Senate candidate? You remember Michelle Tafoya from Sunday Night Football?
Yeah.
She's running for Senate in Minnesota.
There you go. Really?
She's become a very outspoken conservative, and so she wants represent Minnesota.
Michelle Tafoya.
Yeah.
That might be a hard task to win in Minnesota as a Republican, from what I hear. I know that's a dream to flip it.
Well,
it might be tough.
You get outside of Minneapolis, St. Paul, she probably would have 80% support.
Wow.
Problem's going to be Minneapolis, St. Paul.
Well, it's got all the people.
Yeah. All the people.
The people live in the cities.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the election night coverage, too. It's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite days of the year. Talking politics, and then we should just bring in pizza and make it a whole party.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's go to another call. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
I agree with you. Elbert Guillory is a fine person. The problem was that the Republicans did not support him with any money at all.
True, 100% true, yeah.
That's not right. Why I'm calling. I'm curious as to if you all are aware of all these spam calls that's been going on lately. I'm finding that I'm getting more and more every day, 8 to 10 every day. And is there a solution to the problem?
Spam calls? I know, but do you have a landline, or what kind of phone do you have?
Cell phone.
Do you have an iPhone?
iPhone.
Okay. If you go under your phone, let's see. Usually it'll pop. I'm sorry, go ahead.
The problem is mine is an old iPhone, and they tell me that they can't do these updates to prevent these spam problems because of the age of the phone.
Yeah, there's a new feature on there. You just click a button, it says scan unknown callers.
Well, you can block every one of those calls that comes up, but that doesn't stop them.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. Yeah.
All right.
What I do is if I see someone texted, you can put yourself on a do not call list. But if I see it coming in and I don't recognize it, I just hit the button on the right and just send it right to voicemail. And then usually I see, oh, it's spam. Just delete. So it's a pain.
It is, but yeah, getting back to Albert Guillory, he's a fine person. I'd love to see him run against Cleo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
With support.
Yes.
But for whatever reasons, Republicans
that's a good point.
Didn't want to do it.
He came, that close last time with zero support from the party. Imagine if they actually put some in there. But
absolutely,
there's some people that feel like, there's a little more to it with why that wasn't there. Was this a favor to Cleo Fields kind of thing?
It'd be a hard district for a Republican to win.
Yeah, the way it's carved out.
Yes.
Thank you, stupid gerrymandering. But Republicans did it to themselves. That's the irony of it all.
Absolutely. We're very good at doing that.
Yeah. So.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Foot shooters, we can call Republicans.
Cleo barely even campaigned.
I know. Yeah.
We barely saw him in Shreveport when I was there.
Yeah.
Felt like he was a shoo-in, and apparently it was.
Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll be joined by Carolyn Rothermel with Mind Your Manners.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Gold continuing its meteoric rise, hitting more than $4,800 per ounce as the U.S. continues to threaten tariffs on 8 European nations that oppose President Trump's plans to take over Greenland. Gold prices have risen by more than 75% just over the past 12 months. Meanwhile, silver slightly down today, but still over $94 an ounce. Natural gas futures jumping more than 50% in just the past 2 days as freezing temperatures take hold of a large part of the country. Natural gas is on track for its biggest weekly gain in over 35 years. General Motors being passed by Hyundai as the world's 4th most valuable automaker. The Korean car maker's push into robotics has fueled a huge stock rally of late. Hyundai shares are right now trading at a record high. The gains kickstarted this month after the company's Boston Dynamics business unveiled the latest version of a humanoid robot designed to work in the car maker's manufacturing plants starting in 2028. Dan Schwartzman, Bloomberg Radio.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Got a big day ahead of you? Then it's best to fuel up with some of Cenla's best at Bricato's restaurant. Walk right in and just smell that home-style cooking. Place your order, take a seat, and do breakfast right till 9:30 this morning. Get fresh biscuits, eggs any way you like them, melt-in-your-mouth pancakes, grits, hash browns, sausage, bacon, even wraps and sandwiches. And don't forget their fresh brewed coffee. Bricato's restaurant. 28 West, right across from the Coliseum. Your breakfast is waiting for you.
Cloudy and rainy on our Wednesday. Good morning. A 70% chance of rain throughout the day today. Afternoon highs near 62 degrees. Tonight, 80% chance of more rain. And it looks like that possibility now of rain will stay with us Thursday and Friday as well. Could see some freezing rain, maybe even some snow in the forecast for us on Saturday and Saturday night. From the Cenla Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson.
Now back to Talk Back, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, welcome back, everyone, here on Talkback on KSYL. Al Quartermont, along with Stephen Maxwell. We better be on our P's and Q's right now, Stephen, because joining us in the studio from Mind Your Manners Academy, Carolyn Rothermel. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Good. Always good to have you in with us. And this is the second time we've actually had you on the show to talk about the Academy. And you recently had the first one, right?
Yeah.
So tell us how that went.
Well, I had 21 students signed up in 2 classes.
Wow.
And it was absolutely perfect. You know, it was greater. To me, it was great to start out a little smaller than I'm used to and grow from there. And the kids loved it. They, of course, would never admit it to their parents, especially the boys.
Yeah.
But I did have a great email from one of the moms of one of the little boys. I won't mention any names, but he was actually the class clown.
Really?
Yes. And he said he learned way more than he thought he would. And I loved it.
Wow. Okay. So how do you deal with a class clown like that? Like, what do you have to do?
Just like you do with your kids. You just kind of say, okay, that's enough. And then you just carry on because you don't want to distract, all the rest of your kids that are in the class. So that's just kind of what I did. But, he was really sitting there paying some attention, obviously. So, but anyway, it was a great class. And
what was that age group again?
Well, I did 1st and 2nd graders in one group, and then 3rd, 4th, and 5th in the second group.
Wow.
And
you're a brave woman.
well, you'll really say that after I tell you what I did. So for their last event, we went to Trio's Restaurant. I took 21 kids to Trio's Restaurant by myself. And I was so pleased and impressed with them. They sat there. They did everything like they were supposed to do, like they learned. And, and I was very impressed that they learned more than I thought they did too. So it really worked out. It was absolutely perfect.
Trios is good.
I knew Stephen was going to shout them out.
Trios. They have lunch now, too.
They are good.
I wouldn't let those kids go with Stephen to Trios.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah. Well, the thing is,
like
I did not order off of the menu for them. They had learned how to cut with a knife and fork properly. So I had to make sure they had something, that they liked. So I negotiated with them, and the order that they had, all of them had, was chicken strips, mac and cheese, and green beans.
Wow. Okay.
So, I just had to think back to what my kids liked when they were little, and it worked out. In fact, some of them even asked for seconds.
Well, you should have gotten the chicken panini. It's fantastic.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, yeah. And their onion rings. Good
I know
stuff.
I have eaten there before too myself, and it was really good.
It's good.
Really good.
Probably have to hold off on the old fashioned though.
Yeah, don't give him the smoked old fashioned.
Yeah. Well, now do you know on Tuesdays they have Tuesday Martini night?
Oh, really?
Yeah, huge crowd.
Well, if you go soon, I need you to go there and order the Mirror Ball cocktail under Team Maxwell. And that would
Okay.
really help us out.
Mirror Ball Max.
Mirror Ball cocktail under Team Maxwell.
I'm gonna write it down.
For the
Is that for
Dancing
your
with the
Dancing with
Stars
the Sunlight?
fundraiser.
Well, I'll have to tell my group that.
Yeah. Order 20 of them. That would really help us out.
Yeah, I bet.
We might win. So.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
What did you learn about the kids from your time with this initial group? Or was there anything that surprised you?
No, really nothing surprised me. Just through my experience, I learned that kids really are hungry for this type of thing. They want to learn to be better.
Yeah.
And the parents are very proud of them when they come out being better.
Mhm.
I'd love to have a little reunion and see how, if they're still better, because, I really do want the parents to challenge them at home to make sure they remember and that they got their money's worth.
Have you ever thought of a class for parents to teach them how to
Absolutely.
teach their kids?
Look at my new brochure. Yes.
Holding it in my never
Yes.
formerly nicotine stained hands. Like Rose.
Actually, besides the kids group, I have now developed a program for adults. So many of these parents were saying, when are you going to do one for adults? I said, it's in the works. So it is now going to be a thing. And in fact, I'm right now in the process of planning I say adults, they're college students, but they're still young adults. And we're going to do instructional meal and social and business etiquette for a group of college students.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I'm seeing that. So you have hospitality etiquette for customer service representatives and servers. Boy, that's needed around here.
Well,
I'll
we
tell
talked
you.
about that last time I was here.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think you said something about one of the fast food restaurants. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm sure I did. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine.
Yes, but that is definitely a thing now. I haven't really advertised it yet.
Yeah.
But
Well, we just did.
yeah, I have the programs ready. And so as soon as I get my the new season of the kids group filled up, then I will go to the adult groups.
And you're also doing one on business etiquette
Yes.
for professionals.
Yes.
Things like greetings and handshakes and first impressions, communication skills, polishing your image, advanced table manners, and manners in the workplace.
Yes.
In my modern communication class, we touch on a few of those things, especially in kind of when we're talking about like business communication. So I appreciate that. That's really good.
Well, I will target accounting firms, law firms, banking, places where they have their professionals that would be dining with clients. And because that class will include a formal meal
Okay.
with advanced table manners.
Nice.
Because, a lot of them, even the parents were telling me that they didn't know some of the things that their kids learned.
Right.
So, we all need it. We all need a refresher, even if we did know it.
Yeah, sure.
Where should I put my elbows on the table?
You should never put your elbows on the table.
I'm kidding.
So putting
Never.
so if I put two of them on there, that's really bad.
Yeah.
You said elbow, not elbow.
That's right.
I knew
is
that
correct.
one. I knew
That
that
is
one. So.
Yeah.
How'd you like Texarkana? I just saw that's where you were at.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I love Texarkana.
Really?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I still go. In fact, I'm going up the end of February.
And that's kind of where you got your start in all this?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
By the way, folks, you can find Mind Your Manners Academy on Facebook.
Yes.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt there.
No,
That's okay. I'm doing better about my entries on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that is a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Social media management is a tough one. It's nonstop.
Yes.
You have to feed the beast, as they say.
That's true. That is
All
true.
right. So your next sessions are coming up in February.
Yes.
And February and March, which you have first and second graders again, and then third and fourth graders.
Yes.
Okay.
I dropped the fifth graders.
Oh, okay.
Not that they were bad.
Yeah.
No, I decided after the last one that fifth needed to go in with the sixth, seventh, and eighth. Like I'll have fifth and sixth and seventh and eighth when I add that group.
Okay.
And that'll be this fall that I'll add them.
Gotcha. Hey, we have a call coming in for you. Are there any headphones over there? Let me see. Hang on.
We're good. All right.
Yeah. Sorry about somebody moving them out of the way. All right. Let's take a call. Good morning. You're on with Carolyn Rothermel.
When I hear for the important stuff, do they know the difference between the salad fork and a dinner fork?
The ones that have taken my class, no. And if you come and take it, then I'll make sure you do.
So you start with the one on the outside, right?
Now, it's the little fork.
Yes. Yes.
It's bigger than the seafood fork.
That is true.
Or sometimes they have a dessert fork too, right?
Yes,
Well,
but
now
it'll be placed up at the top of the plate.
Okay. So you don't want to grab that.
Well,
one.
it is curious to hear somebody teaching the Mrs. Manners courses.
Well, good.
It's quite good. I haven't seen that since my aunt taught me that kind of stuff.
Really?
way about 50 years ago.
Well, I hear a lot of people say that their grandmothers taught them. And so that would have been a long time ago, you know.
Yeah, well, she's actually my great aunt. She was very much almost like a grandmother to me.
Oh.
But, yeah, she was a very unique character.
Well, you know, I feel like a lot of the parents these days, when both parents work, that there's just not the time. I mean, I had one of my kids explain when I mentioned something about when your family gets together at the dinner table, and he said, well, we don't eat at the table. I said, well, what do you do for dinner? He says, we usually just go sit on the sofa and we all watch a movie and eat. And I thought how sad that was. Because that's when, you know, your family gets together. So I challenged them to get their parents to make sure they sit down at least once a week at the table and they all practice dinner conversation. Find out what everybody's done this week, what's coming up for them, and just be a family.
For fighting the good fight.
Yes.
And you have a good day.
Thank you. Thanks for calling.
You know how they have tray tables? We purposely don't buy them in our house because I'm like, I don't want to have the temptation to just watch The Office and just eat dinner every night. So
yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, we have another call coming in, but we have to take a quick break. More with Carolyn right after this.
KSYL.
This is Dr. Jonathan Hunter with the clinics. We provide primary, family, and chronic care along with gastroenterology, podiatry, with on-site lab and x-ray services. I'm pleased to welcome family physician Dr. Noah Miller to our team. We are currently accepting new patients and same-day appointments are available. If you're admitted into the hospital, our doctors will see you there as well. Most insurance and Medicare are accepted. The clinic's on North Bolton, 445-9823, and online at theclinics.us.
Attention all real estate agents, property owners, and lenders. When you or a client needs a real estate attorney, call the professionals at Thompson Law Firm. Whether the legal matter is basic or complex, the Thompson Law Firm can accurately guide you or your client to a successful outcome. That's why numerous industry professionals have trusted the Thompson Law Firm for years. They also handle estate planning, successions, and business law. Call them at 473-0052. I am a paid non-client attorney spokesperson.
Hey, it's Matt Moscona inviting you to join us for Wednesday's Hump Day AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. We're in Houston for the Bear Bryant Awards. We got Kurt Signetti, Dan Lanning, Mario Cristobal, some of the biggest coaches in the sport joining us 3 to 6. Alexandria's 94.7 ESPN.
It's Talkback 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO.
All right, we're back. Carolyn Rothermel is our guest from Mind Your Manners Academy, and we have another call coming in. Let's go to that. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
We're doing well, thank you, sir.
Enjoy the show. I want to tell Carolyn a little story. When I was young in high school, I was invited to a pretty fancy party. And I knew that there would be different forks and different spoons and all that kind of stuff. So I asked my dad, what should I do? And he said, look at the guy who is giving the party. And whatever knife or fork he uses, you use the same one.
That's one way to do it.
That's good. Yes.
So that was my little story about, etiquette and all that.
That's good. I like that.
Well, thank you for sharing that.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, thank you. So, no, I love it. I love having people respond and react and react favorably.
Yeah,
We should do a Louisiana-specific one. How do you properly eat a crawfish?
With
That'd
your
be a
hands.
good one. Do you suck the head? Is that proper etiquette?
Oh gosh. I guess if you like it, you do.
Okay.
I don't think crawfish has any etiquette.
Yeah.
I just don't think that. Yeah.
Especially for $10 a pound, I don't even need etiquette.
Yeah.
So.
I had some in Houston this past weekend.
Really?
And they were good.
Oh, good.
They were
okay.
very good.
Interesting.
I wasn't paying, so I don't know what they were a pound,
hear
but
you.
I'm sure in Houston they probably were a lot. But
Well, it'll be crawfish season here soon enough.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So, all right. So if people are interested in signing up for your next round of classes for the first and second graders, third and fourth graders, how do they do that?
okay, if you can go to my Facebook page, then I have the email address, which is mindyourmannersacademy@gmail.com, and also my phone number.
Yep.
So if they want to give me a call or an email, be great. I could go ahead and give you my phone number over the air.
Sure.
Maybe we'll get lots of people. It's
Sure.
318-753-2233. And if you just want to shoot a quick text instead of having a phone conversation, I'm certainly open to that, and I will respond quickly.
All right. Again, 318-753-2233. It's a pretty easy number
It is.
to remember. So, all right. Stephen, any last words?
No, seems like a great event. Great
Okay.
program.
I'm
Love
really
it.
excited about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm so excited
Anxious to get going.
Yeah, I'm so excited to hear you had that many for your first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
You may transform this whole area eventually.
Listen, my motto has become changing Texarkana. Texarkana, where am I today? I'm in Alexandria. Changing Alexandria one person at a time. I've got a couple of cute stories about it, about that. Do we have time?
Sure.
Okay. Because my friend, many people in Alexandria know him, but Deef. You know Deef?
Yeah.
Okay, so I went to lunch with Deef and a friend of mine, another friend of mine, and as we were leaving, my friend and I got in our car and he got in his, and all of a sudden he halts to a stop in the parking lot, not in one of the spaces, but in the middle of the parking lot, and waves for us to stop, comes over, rushes to the car. We roll down the window, and he looks at me and he says, "Thank you very much for lunch." And he said, "You're Miss Manners here. I have to say thank you. I don't think I did." And, I said, "You know what, Dave? I'm going to change Alexandria one person at a time." And so that's, I said, that needs to become my motto.
You could make it one fork at a time.
That's true. That's true. But it's not only, I think that's a misconception. It's not only about the table manners.
Yeah.
This is about social etiquette, first impressions, making sure you make a first impression because you only get that one chance.
Yep.
Good conversation, introductions, proper handshakes. That's one thing I did with my kids, was I had them go around. They shook everybody's hands.
Yes.
Properly. And Ms. Martinez from the Town Talk came to one of my classes.
Oh, cool.
Stephen, you'll have to come.
I know.
And so, I included her in a lot of the things, and she was totally impressed. She did a great article. So, they learn a lot more than just table manners.
Yeah, for sure. Our president at LCU, Dr. Johnson, his family is like that. His kids will look you in the eye and shake your hand.
Yeah, and smile.
Every time, and smile.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eye contact, smile, and stand up straight.
Yep.
Shake hands.
I think we have another call coming in.
Oh,
Put
okay.
those back on.
All right.
All right. Good morning. You're on Talkback with Carolyn Rothermel.
In the olden days, one usually sent a handwritten thank you note. What does one do now with the internet?
Well, you still should write a handwritten thank you note. That is still the proper thing. Even in Emily Post's most recent 19th edition of Manners, it's still proper to write a thank you note. A lot of people do send an email. Some people send a text. So I think the most important thing personally is just that you communicate a thank you and appreciation. But I do prefer the thank you notes.
Yeah, very cool.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. You were talking about like introducing people.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I'm out with my wife, and because I'm old now and maybe I've been in the public eye, a lot of people know me.
Mm-hmm.
Then I know them, but I don't remember their name. And I know it's going to come off as rude if I don't introduce my wife. But what do I do when I don't know their name?
Just say, hey, I'd like to introduce my wife, and say her name.
Mm-hmm.
And then the person that you don't introduce to them will usually pick up on the fact that they need to introduce themselves.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's, don't just ignore it.
Right. Okay, folks. So if I'm out and I see you, don't assume I know your name. Because there are a lot of people, I know your face. I know your name maybe, but it's in the list of hundreds, if not thousands of people we've met here. Do you ever have that experience?
I do exactly what she said to do.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Like, hey, this is my wife, Adam. She'll be like, hey, I'm Adam. And she'll get the name from them. So.
Okay. Thanks for the advice. Another call. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, good morning, Stephen. Now it's Octavia.
Hey,
I am enjoying this conversation. Oh my goodness. I think we need to make this normal again. A couple of things. Al, that happens to me so many times when people say, hey, remember me? I heard you sing, and I'm like so embarrassed. I'm like, hey girl, so I kind of go with the girl thing.
Yes.
But I do that as well, Stephen. I'll go around the room like a round robin and introduce and say, hey, introduce yourself. And that'll give me enough time to remember the person or kind of place them. So
sure.
That's good. I wanted to speak about what the gentleman called about, the personal notes. And quickly, there is something special about a handwritten note when someone sends it to you. I don't know why we don't do stationery anymore. I do have a couple of, a friend gifted me with stationery with my name on it, with the cursive spelling of my name. And I save that for special moments when I feel like I just need to write a note and send that to someone, because sometimes text messages and emails don't always convey the sincerity of what you're trying to say. And I just think we need to take that moment and write that thank you note. I even know when they send out, graduations now or baby showers, they send text message, hey, come. It's just so impersonal. And I understand that we've got to move with the times. I'm a Gen Xer, but there is something special about putting your name on something. And I just think we need to make it normal again. So I'm going to hang up, but thank you for letting me express that. And Miss Caroline, thank you for what you do. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Octavia. Nice to hear from you.
Yeah.
All right. Bye. Awesome.
I still remember when people write me handwritten notes, even for simple things.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy Sawtell always would write me a handwritten note, something I never forget.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Well, my daughter got married 2 years ago, and she wrote thank you notes for every gift.
Yeah.
And I had so many people call me or comment if they saw me and tell me how impressed they were that Rachel actually sent written thank you notes. And, you know, people do appreciate it because a lot of people don't write them.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, we have another call coming in, but we're out of time. This has been a great segment. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
We
Thank you
appreciate
so
coming
much.
in. Keep us updated on things. Again, your next academy is coming up in February and March. You can go to Mind Your Manners Academy on Facebook to get all the details on that. Carolyn Rothermel, our guest here on Talkback. Great to see you again. Thank you.
Great to see y'all, and thank you.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics.
Need office supplies, janitorial supplies, or office furniture, either new or pre-owned? Then look no further than DTW Office Supply, with wholesale prices on a large selection of top quality products, all with the personalized hometown service that you deserve. We're proud to serve the entire state of Louisiana with daily deliveries right to your door. Visit us today at 1219 MacArthur Drive or online at dtwofficesupply.com. That's DTW Office Supply, your trusted partner for all of your office needs. Quality, value, service.
Hi, I'm Nancy Landry. No matter what part of our great state you call home, Louisiana's elections are an important part of who we are. In 2026, closed party primaries will change how some of those elections happen, so you'll want to know what to do. Keeping your registration current ensures you'll get the right party-based ballot. Remember, this change only applies to certain offices. To learn more, visit govote.com or download the GoVote app.
Paid for by the Louisiana Secretary of State's Office. 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. Talkback.
All right. We have one last call we can get in. We got about a minute left. Good morning, Aaron. Talkback. Go ahead.
Al, you're only in trouble when you remember the other person's name and forget your wife's.
Oh, man.
Which one are you again?
What's that?
When you look at your wife, which one are you again?
Yeah. Hey, who are you? Who?
Starts with an M.
By the way, that commercial, the Who Knew commercial that they do, where they use the Who song, Who Are You? It's awful. Awful.
Who are you talking about?
What? I'm trying to remember what. Oh, that's a Walmart commercial.
No.
You haven't seen it?
I wouldn't make fun of commercials.
That's true.
They pay your bills.
Yeah. President Trump, speaking at Davos, says many parts of the world are being destroyed and leaders don't even understand what's happening. And the ones that do understand won't do anything to stop it. He said many Western governments foolishly turn their backs on everything that makes nations rich, powerful, and strong. Sounds like he's lighting it up over there. So we'll probably talk about that tomorrow, among other conversations.
Yeah. All right.
All right, buddy. Have a good Wednesday. You folks have a